What's good, YouTube? This is Mr. Purple Zero back with another video. Sometimes we always can't discuss basketball. Sometimes we got to discuss the real issues of what's going on because it's the reality that we live in. You got people with real issues outside and they're around your children. So you have to be more alert and more attentive to what's going on. So here's this case out of Florida, Clearwater, Florida. This lowlife scumbag, Bozo, aka Kit Kull, that's his name. That's his real name. Mr. Kit Kull decides that there are children playing outside. Mind you what I said. There are children playing outside and talking and laughing and joking as kids do in the playground, but to him, they're too loud. The playground is the last place for a kid. That's their place. That's their area. That's their zone. You can't take that away from a child. You see, I'd rather have kids in a playground where I could see them and watch them opposed to them running up and down the block and I'm on my couch watching TV. There's a difference here in parenting. A child's supposed to be in a playground. A child's supposed to laugh and joke and run and kick and go up and down the slide, go up and down the monkey bars. That's what kids do in the playground, Mr. Kit Kull, if you didn't know that. But this 70-year-old lowlife out of Florida decides that he's going to try to shut them up. So what does he do? He goes outside to kids, mind you, 9-year-old, 10-year-old, 11-year-old. They're babies. They're babies. He goes outside and picks on a 10-year-old and body slams him. Let me explain something to you, Mr. Kit Kull. You lucky you left home with your life that day. Because I couldn't see you doing that in any one of these boroughs in New York City. You're not coming to Harlem. You're not coming to Brooklyn. You're not doing none of that over here. The Bronx at all. Because if you touch somebody's child in one of these boroughs, we're gonna lose your life. You're gonna either leave stabbed up, poked up, or shot. That's it, plain and simple. And I'm not adding no extra to that story. I'm telling you exactly how it's gonna go down over here. I'm not speaking for nobody in Florida, but I can speak for the 5 boroughs. You ain't doing none of that. You see, because you got an issue, more of a bigger problem, and it might be a drinking issue because when the cops arrested him, he was drunk. So maybe that's your big issue. You got a drinking problem, but you need to get that sorted out because you don't mess with kids and you don't touch people's kids at all. You don't ever put your hand on anyone's child that's not yours, Mr. Kit Kull. So I'm not giving you a pass because you drunk or high or whatever it is, or that you 70 years old, because I don't give a shit about none of that. That's bullshit to me. You don't touch people's kids and you don't get mad over kids playing in a playground. Pardon me. How are you mad because kids are playing, laughing, and joking in the playground? That's crazy to me. You in your house minding their business. They outside minding their business. I can imagine, you know what? Because you know how kids do sometimes. They like to ring the doorbell and run. Or they sitting on your stoop eating food. That's the hood. You wasn't in the hood. You got kids actually playing where they're supposed to play. You see, if you come through a Brownsville block or Brooklyn, whatever block, Crown Heights, it's a difference. You might have kids on your step. You might have kids in your backyard, and they don't even live on your block. But that's how it is in the city. Here you got kids out in your hood, Florida, wherever it is at, playing in a playground, and you mad because they making so much noise at 6:30 at night in the park. Make it make sense. These are the type of lowlifes that need to get shot. I hate to say that. It's a little volatile, pardon me. It sounds a little cruel, but these are the lowlifes that don't deserve to breathe air. Because he thinks it's okay to put his hands on a child. 10 years old at that. That's somebody's kid. You're not even just a grown man. You're a whole grandfather. When is it going to sink in? It'll never sink in. Because if you have this mindset now at 70, that means you had this mindset at 10, you had the mindset at 20, and you had the mindset at 40. You never evolved. You never evolved. You're just a walking bozo. And they're not going to keep you in jail. Obviously, you're going to get out. But I hope somebody body slams you. Because if that would have happened in front of me, and you picking up a 10-year-old, then I would have been picking up a 70-year-old. So you would have been wrong, and I would have been wrong. But at the end of the day, you don't touch people's kids. It's just that simple.